What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Pogo Sean GG here, and today I'm going to show you my team that helped me get 150 points in 3 days. So it's nothing new, I just decided to change up the order of my team. So I lead with Registeel this time, and I find it much more safer to lead with Registeel and then have Haunter and Azumarill in the back. So what I like to do is, how I play this team is not shield anything and have my opponents beat down shields and bring in Haunter. And so as crazy as it might seem, it helped me win a lot of games. So my first day I went like 4-1. All my sets helped me get a bunch of points, and then on the next day, yesterday, I got about another 50 points, which helped me get 150 points. It's kind of crazy, but I'm just going to give you some advice and some tips on how to work this team. So what you want to do is you never want to switch in Haunter, especially if the opponent's Pokemon has a bunch of energy. It's something that you never want to do. And so we're going to have this say for example, we're going to have this Altaria, we're going to take down this Altaria with Bubble. And we're gonna get a Hydro Pump on this Deoxys. So this Deoxys had charged up energy prior for the match, and then my opponent concedes. And yeah, I think you never want to switch in Haunter at any time, like during a middle of a battle, because your opponent's going to be ahead on energy, and you're going to end up burning unnecessary shields. And for this game right here, we're going against the Caleb Peng team. This team actually gives my team a lot of trouble, just because this annoying shift tree. So what I was getting used to it a little bit. I like to bait the first Focus Blast and go for a Flash Cannon to bait a shield, and hopefully we get to land Ice Beam on Shift Tree. So, and it's one of the situations where you have to commit a shield. The times you do have to commit a shield is against the Mud Boys, so Stunfisk and Swampert in the lead, but you have to land a Focus Blast. And if they have energy and they have low health where you could farm down, you still don't want to do that when you bring in Haunter, because they're gonna get off a Mud Bomb, and so that's when you bring in Azumarill. And for this game, we lose this game. Yeah, it was this is a very close game. I could have switched this up, just how I play this, but I actually need to play a few more games with this to see how it goes. These videos are quite sped up a little bit, so sorry if I can't commentate on every single one of these games. So for this next matchup, let's see what the lead is. So Skarmory, perfect. You expect opponent to swap here. So okay, so I try to play it up differently again, because last time I went to the Focus Blast. This time I'm going to the Flash Cannon, and we get a shield. Great, so we saved a little bit of energy. And we're not going to shield this up, and we're going to try to go through for the Focus Blast here, and hoping it goes through. So we go for the Focus Blast, and let's see if this lands. If this lands, we automatically win this game. Okay, so it lands, and now my opponent has Medicham in the back. Now, since he has farmed up energy, I'm still not going to bring in my Haunter, because it's going to throw an Ice Punch right away, and you're going to burn a shield. So I want to get rid of Medicham's energy and go ahead and send out Azumarill. So it looks like my opponent has Ice Punch and Dynamic Punch, so Azumarill is going to completely wall this Pokemon, and my opponent brings out Skarmory. And in this scenario, I'm going to go ahead and shield my Azumarill, because I know Azumarill could finish this off, and I don't want to risk my Haunter doing anything else. So we go ahead and throw a Shadow Punch here, and we're going to let Skarmory take us down, and then we're actually going to have Azumarill finish this off. I could also shield to that and let what's his name, Haunter, finish this off, but I already know I had a lot of energy with my Azumarill, and it's good enough to take it down. So again, guys, I went from 2406 to 55. You'll see at the end of the video. So Deoxys, this is perfect. Now in this situation, if my opponent blocks, if they get a Thunderbolt off, a Thunderbolt and a shield, you switch to Azumarill because Deoxys is gonna farm you down. So they land a Rock Slide, and we're gonna be able to. We're gonna be in such a energy efficient lead because my opponent is not gonna be able to take us down, and they're gonna have to commit shields. So this is perfect. This is what we want. So now my opponent's loaded up on energy. I'm still not gonna bring in Haunter. We're gonna bring in Azumarill because if I brought in Haunter in that situation, he was gonna be able to get off about 2 like Rock Slides or Psycho Boosts, which is not good. So you'll burn your shields right away. I know it sounds crazy, but this is how I've been playing it. It's been working for me. And so the biggest weakness, like I said, are the Mud Boys, and yeah. So for Azumarill takes 5 counts to get to an Ice Beam, and you have to count that. You have to count where they are on their bubbles. So if you come into Azumarill and they have 2 bubbles, you just know it's going to take 3 more bubbles to get to an Ice Beam, so you have to count that. So you have to count +2, +3, +4, +5, and then you want to throw your charge move at +5. That way you CMP tie and you get as much energy as possible. So Vigoroth. So I misplay. I had a Hydro Cannon here. I should have threw that, but it's totally fine. We end up winning it. So this Deoxys in the back, or maybe it's a different game, but we end up picking this game. Yeah, Vigoroth is also a little challenging if energy is down and shields are down. It's a little bit tricky, so you have to play around with your switches and stuff. So Meganium. So this team feeds off of people that bait a lot. So if your opponent baits and you just catch a Frenzy Plant, you are way ahead of the game. And that forces your shield, forces your opponent to shield. So now that he baited, he brings out a Haunter, and I don't care what he throws here. It's totally cool if it brings me down. My goal is just to bring down those shields. When these shields are down, Haunter's gonna go to town, and I get Sludge Bomb. Okay, so I shield once, which is cool, and I'm gonna let this Haunter take us down. And what we're gonna do now is, okay, so through a Shadow Punch. Now he's gonna burn his other shield. Perfect for Haunter. Wow, that's great actually. He played it really well. So now we bring our own Haunter, and he has a Bastiodon in the back, and we just need 2 Shadow Balls here, but we're just gonna throw the Shadow Punch, and we're gonna be able to bring in Registeel and then finish this off. So we just wasted Stone Edge on my Azu, and then now we have what's his face? Registeel to finish us off. We're up a shield. Perfect. GG's. So yeah, even in the Registeel matchup. Okay, wait. Let's see what's in this next game. Okay. Okay, so for a Grand Bull that has close combat, you want to be able to count to, I think it's 8 or 9, and then you want to switch into Azumarill. So you want to wait till +9 and then switch into Azumarill to catch the close combat. So now my opponent's in a really bad spot. He burned energy. Now he's going to be switching in as Azumarill, and it's going to be able to take this Hydro Pump. Now I bet my opponent's going to throw like an Ice Beam or something, which is ridiculous. Okay, see, now you have more energy, and then we're able to get another Hydro Pump. Perfect. This is awesome. So we have a loaded Azumarill, and he throws energy, which is what we want. This is great. So you would think we would bring in Haunter here. Oh, okay, we do. So, assuming that they got rid of their energy right away, so now they were at +6. Now they're down to 0. Now they're dead. We're able to take this down with a Shadow Punch, and we're able to one-shot the Deoxys. So with the common matchups like Azumarill, like I said, you need to count where they are in their energy, just to know, just to maximize energy on Haunter. Altaria in the front, which is great. I think this opponent double shields. Okay, never mind. He doesn't. This is perfect. This team kind of struggles if they switch in Azumarill, Altaria in the back. When Haunter is farming for energy, but you have to play it out correctly and know when to bring it in. So I didn't bring in my Haunter right there because I knew it had so much energy, that the Deoxys had so much energy, and I didn't want to burn shields, like I said before. So we want this. Okay, perfect. We're not going to shield again. We're risking it for the biscuit. So we're able to bubble this thing down. We have a Lantern. That's actually really bad for us. So we're going to go ahead and bring out our Haunter here. Gather as much energy as we can. Go for the Shadow Punch. It should take it down. And then we have enough energy for another Shadow Punch. And then my opponent, with their slow charge, with their fast Spark, we're able to outpace it and get to a Shadow Ball. So the goal of this team is to burn your opponent's shields with the heavy hitting moves with Registeel and Azumarill, and then not shield anything until Haunter comes out. And you have to the best time to bring Haunter out is when your Pokemon goes down. Not by switching in. The way I play, I barely switch in Haunter unless it's like the opponent's second Pokemon is almost dead and they have one in the back. So my opponent's gonna throw an Ice Beam here, I bet. And now they're gonna be put into a bad situation. Okay. So I brought out Haunter here because I already knew they depleted their energy and it's safe to bring in Haunter. Now my opponent brings in Sableye. Sableye gives this team some trouble just because those Shadow Claws do so much damage against Haunter. So you gotta be wary of that and know when to switch in Azumarill. Switch in Azumarill right away. And the reason why you want to bring in Haunter when your Pokemon goes down is because you want to be able to have the ability to switch. If you switch in your Haunter right away without knowing what's in the back, you're probably going to get countered. And this team was just featured on Zionix YouTube channel, and literally I was watching that video and this team popped up. It was so funny. So we're able to take down that team, and I believe that team was popular by Though Technical. Okay, and here we go. So Registeel lead. If your opponent baits with Flash Cannon, you are so ahead. So now we just go through the Focus Blast and we don't do anything else. Don't shield, and now we're just gonna go Flash Cannon. Even if this Registeel takes us down with a Flash Cannon, it's totally okay, because this Registeel is gonna have no energy and it's gonna get farmed down by Haunter. So this is exactly what we want. So we have 3 Shadow Claws up. and we're able to one-shot a Charizard. My opponent doesn't shield. Perfect. And now it's a Venusaur. And we're able to Shadow Claw this thing down. Yeah, so I was having a harder time with Haunter in the lead because it's just so it's really risky having it in the lead. It's only good if you like run into like a Azumarill or a Registeel. Okay, so I didn't bring in Haunter here because all shields were up, and my opponent's Azumarill was ahead by 2 bubbles, so that means we're gonna have to burn 2 shields in this matchup. And the reason why I didn't stay in the Registeel is because Azumarill has a bad matchup against Tropius when shields are down, or when their shields up. I'm sorry. So my opponent's gonna throw an Ice Beam here. It's not gonna take me down. Hydro Pump. That's a good choice. So now my opponent depleted his energy, and now we're able to farm up and not waste any shields. Having a Haunter with a running start is absolutely amazing. And we're able to get to another Shadow Ball. Perfect. So this is totally cool. We're up against another Registeel, and we're ahead of energy, and we have another shield. So it's really looking good on our end. I decided to shield this up. Perfect, that was a 50-50 chance. And I decided to go for a Focus Blast. That was a really questionable play. I should have just went for the Flash Cannon because it would have taken it out there, but I just wanted to be safe because I already know Registeel has an amazing matchup against Tropius. So this is going to be like a 35-minute video, guys. Sorry about that. If you guys watch the whole thing, Altaria again. Like I said, we just go straight Flash Cannon. So we get a shield, perfect. We get another shield. Perfect. So this is exactly what we want. This already seals the deal. So what I want is for my Registeel to go down, and I don't want to switch in my Haunter because they could have a counter in the back, and my Haunter is going to be switch locked on it. I'm not going to bring in my Haunter here because those Dragon Breaths do so much damage. And now my opponent's forced to go down here, which is totally cool. And I do throw the Ice Beam. I didn't want to take any more damage from these Dragon Breaths. And they bring in a Tropius, and we're able to get a Shadow Ball off and farm this down. And we're going to be ahead of on energy to throw another Shadow Ball on whatever's coming out. Perfect. So one-shotted the Medicham. I'm hoping you guys get the gist of this game. It's really straightforward. We're up against Velociraptor, another Registeel lead again. I'm just showcasing you guys what's in the back. Sorry, my computer's lagging here. So my opponent throws a Flash Cannon here, which is perfect. And now he's down a shield. I expect him to throw another Flash Cannon. So we are way ahead of the game. We pretty much already won this match. And we do get it on a Toxicroak, which is totally cool. And now we're able to get to my opponent doesn't even throw a Sludge Bomb. And now we're able to get to an Ice Beam. And we're able to take this thing down. And we're still not going to shield. So yeah, like I said, this team thrives on people baiting, and you have to take full advantage of it. So this is a little tricky matchup. This is actually really tricky. This is dangerous. I could have lost this one. We win this by a hair. So we throw the Shadow Punch to bait the shield, and we could just go to another Shadow Punch. That's a little tricky when people save the Altaria for the end against my Haunter, because the Dragon Breath just smelled Haunter. So GG's. So you get the trend here. We always, most of the time, we're gonna get matched up with an Azu or Registeel, which is totally cool. Totally cool without shielding. Going straight for the flash cannon, charging up a little bit extra, just in case they switch. And they switch. So I don't know why I threw my Focus Blast there. That was just like, I thought he was a dark type, and I'd make a huge mistake. And I think I end up losing this matchup. It could have been a different story if we landed the flash cannon. So now I know for next time. Sableye just started getting popular just because of Zionoc's video. And we land the Hydro Prem. I'm gonna bring in Haunter here. Okay, yeah, okay, so we just need to, I make another mistake here. I should have went straight Shadow Punch. There was no need for a Shadow Ball. I guess it's just because I wasn't used to Alolan Marowak. It's totally cool. And now we're able to take down this Azumarill. But yeah, so for Alolan Marowak, their Fire Spins do a lot of damage on Haunter, so you just have to be cautious of that. But one Shadow Punch should put it at like 40% health. This is a little tricky matchup again. Now we're up against Sableye in the lead. Now I know to throw the Flash Cannon. There's no reason to mess around with that Focus Blast. And this time, yeah, this game I value my Haunter, and I should have known that. Okay, cool. Are we able to take down the Sableye? Okay. Now, even when we're up 2 shields, we don't win this game. That return does so much damage. Yeah, so I should have shielded up my Registeel, and now that full health, what's it called, Sableye is going to be able to do so much damage to us. Yeah. So I wanted to deplete the energy off of this Azumarill. Now this Altaria is just going to shred us with Dragon Breath. And unfortunately, the fully healthy Sableye is going to be able to take us down with just one Shadow Claw. See, that's when I should have shielded up my Registeel, but I wouldn't have known. So good games to my opponent. Again, another Azu lead. We hope they throw ice beams. Yeah. Perfect. See, this is the time when I'll bring in my Haunter. This is actually questionable. I could have actually brought in my Azumarill for better play. And now they double shield. I noticed they double shield the Marowak, which is totally cool. I'm just gonna let my Haunter go down. We have a fully healthy Azumarill, and we're able to just bubble this thing down. Even if this is a Shadow Ball, we're in a very good spot. We have an extra shield against an Azu and an Altaria. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take this game here. As I'm filming this, this is the first day of Ultra League. I'm still figuring things out. It's very tough. Yeah, I dropped about 30 points today, and now my rating is down to like 25, 20, 25, 30. It's totally cool. It's part of the learning curve, and it's how you get better. And good games. So I don't think I showcase any Mud Boys in this video, unfortunately. Okay, so sorry, we get back to this. So right here, I'm totally cool with not shielding this either, because most of the time a lot of Haunters like to bait with Shadow Punch. It's probably not a bait, it's probably a good play. So I didn't want them to farm me down there with that Shadow Ball hit me. I just want to get these shields out of the way. So Ice Beam here. We got both shields, perfect. And now they dropped energy on my Haunter, and I'm sorry, my Azumarill, and now my Haunter's in a perfect spot. We're up 2 shields, which I'm guessing is a Registeel and an Azumarill in the back, which is totally cool. I believe it's a Deoxys in the back. Yeah, later. So this is gonna be one-shotted, and my opponent's gonna leave. Good game. So when Haunter comes up as a lead, we want to just draw both of those shields with Registeel and Azumarill. If they land Shadow Punches from the first attack, we just continue to stay in with Registeel to get off another Flash Cannon, which will draw both shields. So these last few games here was the last that I played before Pogo went down, and we're going to be going up against a Melmetal. So what I like to do here is count to 9 Thunderbolts and then throw. But now my opponent just throw early, he won't be able to get to another superpower, so he just dips. Unfortunately, we land a Focus Blast on Sableye, and we're going to be able to bring in Azumarill to give a run for its money. So I'm just going to go straight Ice Beam here. It's going to put my opponent in a weird spot, like do I shield or do I not? And we go for the Ice Beam. And does it go through? So it does go through. So I'm in a spot where I can just farm down. So I don't farm down. So okay, so I let my Azu go down and bring in Registeel, just because I knew I could get another charge move off. And for some reason, this Melmetal does not shield. I don't know what it was thinking. And they put all their eggs in Tropius. This is kind of close matchup. I am ahead on energy, and fortunately he doesn't shield again. Maybe he didn't know he had shields. That's unfortunate. It's a real problem in this world. So okay, up against Mew, this is another situation where it's better for you to throw second, because their defenses are going to go down. So I should have waited about 1 or 2 more wild charges so I could CMP tie with them, lose, and then put them in a situation where they have to shield. And now my opponent is going to be taken down. Oh, so he does get the shield, which is totally cool. I bring in the Haunter. They dip out. We have a running start on energy to attack this Azumarill. And like I said, we want to CMP tie with their Ice Beam, which we did. Perfect. And I'm not going to CMP tie for this one because I'm taking a lot of damage, and I don't want to take any more damage. So I decided to go for the Shadow Ball, and unfortunately, it doesn't take him out. So we're not going to shield this up because our Haunter is pretty much dead, and we're able to bring out our Azumarill and farm up and have 2 bubbles now for this Registeel. So we're up 2 bubbles and a shield against this Registeel, and it's looking like a good game here. I hope you guys enjoyed this content. Maybe you guys could use this team as well. It's fairly simple. These are fairly Pokemon. These are fairly common Pokemon people have in the Pokedex, and hopefully you guys get to see the same results and not run into any Stunfisk or any Mudboys. So GG's to my opponent. Oh yeah, this game is really unfortunate for my opponent. He gets hard countered left and right. And the Sableye is just doing jumping jacks, throwing gems at us. And we're able just to throw an Ice Beam. And we could just farm down from here. Now we're ahead on energy, and we have a Hydro Cannon stored up, and we're able to land it on this Wigglytuff. It's going to be taking about 60% health, 65-ish, and we could bring in Registeel. Ooh, unfortunate. So it's a Medicham. They shield this up. They don't shield it up, and we're able to get Haunter in on this. I shield this up, and we're able to get a Shadow Ball on this Wigglytuff. Resisted, but still does a little bit of damage. And we're able to farm down with Shadow Claw. So I believe this is my 3rd or 4th game in this set. And we're up against an Epo, a Hitmonchan. We don't want to take those counters on our Registeel, so we switch into Azu. We'll take these Thunder Punches all day. We're looking to land a Hydro Pump on this Hypno. This guy's running both Shadow Pokemon. That's crazy. I really want a Shadow Banette to test out and replace Haunter, but the only downside of having a Shadow Banette is that you don't have a faster charge move like Shadow Punch, and you can't bait, and you can't take out Pokemon that have low health efficiently. So you have to throw a big charge move, which isn't very efficient, energy efficient. So we're going to be able to land this Flash Cannon, and unfortunately it takes us down right when we have a Flash Cannon. Now we're up against a stored up Hitmonchan, and now we have to burn both shields, which is really unfortunate. And now we're up against, I didn't see what this was. Doesn't shield for some reason. Maybe he thought he was a Shadow Punch, but it's going to be taken down with the Shadow Claws alone. So yeah, I always like to save Haunter for the very end, or I would have to switch in with, or unless I found a good opportunity to switch in Haunter, which is kind of rare. So we're matched up against a Toxicroak. It does get a Sludge Bomb on us. And we're up against the Mirror Match Azu. We're going to be taken down. So I bring in, who do I bring in here? So use up all its energy, so I'm going to bring in Haunter. So it's at 0. And I wasn't counting there. So hopefully, nope. Okay. I throw this Shadow Ball on this Altaria and bring in Reggie. Looking to land a Flash Cannon. Don't shield this. Gets taken down. And this Toxicroak is just gonna go ham on us. Maybe I should have shielded that? No, it's all good. Yeah, there was no win condition here. Maybe if I played that out differently, if I got a flash cannon off on that Toxicroak and put pressure on the shield, maybe. If it landed, it would have been at Shadowclaw farm down range. Who knows? But GG to my opponents. We get to 25-46, and hope you guys enjoyed that video. That was my Registeel lead, Hunter, and Azumarill in the back. It's a fairly simple team with a fairly sort of easy strategy. And if you guys like that, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time.